What's up, boys and girls? It's tea time. This is Alex Vansant here with Joseph Maddalena, and he just hopped his very first event. So how was it?
It was really good. I felt really confident going in and thought I had a really good chance of popping and maybe taking him home.
What was your deck?
I played an innovative deck called Monster Mash. I guess it was Monster Mash. It ran Cyber Elton, which is a card that wipes the field if you remove a light monster. And that just destroyed people by clearing boards of wind-ups or clearing boards of samurais and whatever you need.
Alright, let's take a look at your deck list real quick.
So I ran 4 spells.
Excellent.
Honest, Gores, BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, Machina Force, Cyber Dragon, 2 Light Ray Sorcerer. You'll see why these are important in a minute, but basically it's after you Elton you'll have things removed. Wish of the Black Rose, because you play a lot of monsters. Tragodia, one of the best cards in the deck. 3 Cyber Elton, the cards that wipes the field and are amazing. You can also discard it for Gear Frame because it's level 10 by itself. 3 Cyber Valley, light machines, they combo well with Gallus and Neutron, or not Neutron, 3 Neutrons, Gallus and Birdman. 3 Fortress, 3 Birdman, 3 Gallus, 3 Ghost Ship, and 3 Machina Gear Frame.
Alright. What was the extra deck like?
Leviair, Big Eye, Black Rose, Chimera Tech, Tyrus, Zenmains, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Stardust, Maystroke, Zenmayo, Adrius, Photon Strike Bouncer, Mistworm, Gaia, and Scrap Dragon.
Alright. What did you bring out most from your extra deck?
The most, you probably either Big Eye or Leviair. These 2 cards were amazing for me all weekend. Scrap Dragon was also really good for me, but these 2 were probably the best cards I had.
Why no Karakuri monsters in your extra deck? Why no Brado or Beret? I know Brado, he's just kind of there to tilt, but Beret seems like it would be a good card. Why not?
I mean, those cards are kind of gimmicky, and there's not that much space to begin with. I brought out, when I was testing this deck, I brought out every single one of these cards.
Even Ancient Fairy Dragon?
Ancient Fairy Dragon's really, really good.
Against what?
Gravekeepers, which are the worst matchup in the world because you play 8 Chaos monsters, and against Dark World. And I also play in the side deck.
Side deck?
A Crow, a Maxi, or 3 Maxis, Closed Forest, which I can search off Ancient Fairy. So if I'm playing against Dark Worlds and I make Ancient Fairy after they've used a Grapha, the odds of them winning the game are so freaking slim after that because I'll just pop their field spell, put Closed Forest down, put Ancient Fairy in defense, and the only way for them to kill Ancient Fairy is with a Grapha's effect. And if they've already used one, that means there's only 2 left. And then that means since they're siding out Space Typhoons anyways, there's no way they're going to be able to use Gates ever again. So, it's just pretty good. 3 Decrees. Decrees, I never sided them in once the entire tournament. So I would probably be dropping these. Gemini Imps, 2. Really good against Dark Worlds. 3 Raikou. Raikou is good against... I brought in almost every game. It's good against heroes. People to side in D-Fishers against me, so it's good to pop D-Fishers. It was really good. And milling cards to the graveyard is always helpful. 2 Jinzos. I'm probably going to be dropping a Decree or playing a third Jinzo. Jinzo was just amazing throughout the entire
sign us for a few more minutes if you'd like to sign up for one of those events and help a great cause. Now is your time to do so. We're in the last few minutes of sign-ups.
I'm sorry about that. We're still in the event hall, but continue.
I went 10-1 in Swiss, finishing 4th overall. My only loss was to another fellow ARG member, and she got quite lucky, to be frank. I already had a spell in hand, and I used Witch and milled the spell.
Sorry, 1 sec.
Start in just a couple minutes. You should get in the middle of the room. Regional 11. Look for the Regional 11 table numbers.
Sorry about that.
There was an 8% chance of hitting the spell. Hit it. Otherwise, she would have been done that turn. But it's okay.
It happens.
A good matchups for me, if they don't know what you're playing, is wind-ups, because they can just go wind up Like if they're going first and they go Shark Magician or Guide Shark, they just get screwed by Cyber Eltonin because like they can't really stop it. Like if you just have a way to get a machine to the graveyard or even just summoning one if you have to, like you just wipe their field and they just cry. And they can't Starlight Road it because it says send. Another really good matchup is Dark Worlds because like you don't always win game 1, but there's a good chance you do, and you can take their Grapha with either Trag and Fortress or just double Fortress, and then like it's pretty hard for them to come back. And games 2 or 3 they just never win because of Gemini Amps and that card. So
What are your worst matchups, would you say?
Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers are insane. Like they just I played against one first round and I don't know how I won. Like it was pretty good. Like the guy probably wasn't the best because he ran Monster Reborn, but that Monster Reborn helped him so much that game. He Darkhold my Ancient Fairy after I popped his field spell and activated mine, and then he Reborn my Ancient Fairy, popped my field spell, added Necro Valley. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it seems like in these matchups, Raikou would have helped a lot. You said that you sided it in consistently. Would you consider main decking the Raikou from here on out?
I would. Like I considered main decking Raikou in the beginning, but I don't think I'm going to. Like, I really like being able to just be like super aggressive, and Raikou isn't that aggressive. So that's probably not going to happen.
Also, why only one Cyber Dragon?
Okay, well, I'm probably going to end up siding a second Cyber Dragon if I continue to play this deck. But like in testing, like Cyber Dragon seems like really, really good. But like often it would just sit in your hand and you'd never be able to do anything. Or like you would like discard it and like they would just reborn it and wipe your field and kill you. Like Cyber Dragon just wasn't that amazing. Like I know he's a light machine, but like you usually have a monster out because you're usually trying to kill them.
Alright.
This deck is like really kind of hard to play. Like I spent near a month working on this deck with my friend George Ashe. Him and I, like I give props to him. Like we spent testing so many things. Like the basic concept began with Cyber Eltonin, and then like we just have to make this shit broken. And like eventually we decided Monster Mash was the way to do it, and like we haven't had any regrets since.
Alright. Thanks, Alice, for this interview, and good luck in the future. We'll see you in Seattle?
Yep.
Excellent.